Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with the R Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message. First of all, before I get into it, guys, let me just say this. On Friday, I think it's Friday. Friday, I tried to upload a video, and that video was up there. It didn't even finish uploading. Apparently, YouTube had to check it or whatever the case may be. But anyway, with all that being said, the message behind that one was said, God said it's liberation time. I noticed that video never made it up there. But I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna try to put it in this message and hopefully it goes through. I don't know if it's YouTube was flagging it because of the title, because right now there's scrambling energies, as we going through this shift, y'all. Yeah, so anyway, with all that being said, I definitely want to get you guys that message. So I'm gonna basically, because there are other stories, well, actually other messages that I received the last 2 days, I'm gonna title that something else, and hopefully you'll receive the message. But anyway, with all that being said, let's get right into the message. So I just want to say, if you're new to my channel, I just want to say welcome, and if you're returning back, I just want to say welcome back. And keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now, or they could be happening to you next week, or could be happening to you 2 weeks out, or 3 weeks, or within a month's time. So if you hear me saying near future, that's kind of like what I'm referring to. But anyway, guys, so I'm gonna try to make this as quick as I can, because I just came in from taking my kids out. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I got my kids up and we got out the house early. And I need a quick break. So anyway, but I wanted to get you guys this message as soon as possible. And yeah, anyway, so let me get right into the message. So the message that I had for Friday was about liberation. And basically what it was God was just basically showing me that some of you guys, not some, there's a lot of people who are dealing with the situation of having a lot of, let's just bear with me for a minute. Let's just say if you got a lot of stuff in your system, and it needs to come out, and it comes out in the toilet through bowel movement, and then imagine the bowel movement being in the toilet, and imagine it's just like one of those, I'm sorry, just imagine it's one of those type of poops or whatever, where it's just kind of just all over the place, where everything's coming out quick and fast. But anyway, so I saw it as if in this dream, I saw it like there was someone using the toilet, and in the toilet, it was kind of like that's how it came out. But for some particular reason, I was like standing by the sink. So whatever was in the toilet, it was coming up out of the sink the same way. And I was like, ew. I was like, why is that? At first I thought, to myself, that somebody need to change their piping systems, because the piping systems was off track or whatever. But basically the divine spirit light was basically saying that some of you guys got a lot of stuff that's just buried deep down inside, emotions, feelings, a lot of gook, and just a lot of unhealthy stuff, like how you have unhealthy stuff in your gut, a lot of unhealthy stuff that is buried so far deep down into your system that things are going to start coming to the surface. So basically when I said that the poop showed up in the sink and it was coming back up in the sink, it was just basically God just trying to show me all that stuff that was buried deep down inside, that was in your system, is basically going to come up. It's coming to the surface now. We're in those energies like, well, shit is rising. Let me say that, because I know after I had did the initial first video, and then my guys had said shit is about to hit the fan, and I was like, oh, they got jokes. But anyway, because that's not what I said in the other video. But anyway, so yes, stuff is about to hit the fan, and this is not saying anything to cause you to be fearful. This is just nothing more than a transition in life that all of us are having to go through. We're just going through it in different phases. So just keep that in mind. It's nothing to fear. It's nothing to fear. God will lead you and guide you to the right people of who you need to hear messages from. And, and you're going to find that some of these messages that certain people are giving you will resonate with you in your situation. It's almost like there's a group of people, and it's like Divine Spirit of Light is sending different people to different groups so that they can receive the messages that they need to receive. It's almost like basically the messages that that person is given, it resonates with you. It's almost like that person is kind of leading you and guiding you. I wasn't even expecting to say this. I don't even know where this is coming from. But anyway, I'm going to talk because I feel like I'm being divinely guided to say this. But anyway, so yeah, it's almost like information that you're going to be seeking. It's like they're going to have almost the answers to the information that you need, whoever it may be. But anyway, so that was the message that I wanted to get out, that I said I did that video on Friday, but for some particular reason, YouTube was reviewing it and they never put it up. And with all that being said, yeah, so just keep in mind that we're in those times right now where stuff is just coming up. You can no longer try to hide, suppress, hold back. Shit is coming out, period. It's going to come out one way or the other. Just imagine taking a laxative, and when you take a laxative, you absolutely have no control over what goes on at that point. It's coming out, okay? I just figured I'll make some light out of the situation by just kind of doing it. But anyway, yeah, so people are going to be saying some things, they're going to be doing some things, stuff is going to be coming to the surface. It's going to seem like a whole playground of things going on and taking place. But with all that being said, guys, just keep in mind that whatever's happening to you in your life, it's divinely guided. So make it a point not to fear. I'm here to tell you, I've been there, I've done that, and if I can console you and give you some sort of peace, just at least hear what I'm saying. The situations that you're dealing with is going to be divinely guided. It may not seem like certain situations are, but they are. Excuse me. Just keep in mind, like in the word says, all bad things work together for the good. So even though a situation may seem like it may appear to be, and sometimes the appearance is just nothing more than illusion. Like we think that it's looking bad, but behind the surface, it's really God kind of, doing a little puppet string, puppeteer thing type behind. Just look at it from that point of view, if that, consoles you a little bit. But anyway, let me move on to the next message. And so the next message that I received on Saturday, this message was about some of you have been dealing with situations, and this is also going to the message that I received this morning too. They kind of, correlate with each other. But anyway, with all that being said, so this message was about, I had saw someone walking in their home, and it was as if they had just kind of left the front door, but because the doorway, bear with me, because it was a situation of as if it was a situation of me visiting someone in a sense, but doing it spiritually, should I say, like astral traveling, however you want to, look at it. Just me visiting someone, spiritually, just appearing there spiritually, seeing, just I was able to see what was going on. So it just so happened I was in someone's house. I opened up the front door for some reason, as if I kind of stayed there, but I knew I didn't stay there because it was almost like how like the ghost of Christmas Past, when he took the Scrooge back to little Timmy's house, and he was trying to talk to the people, and the people didn't even notice that he was there because his spirit was there, but his physical body wasn't there. That's how it was. So I had appeared at someone's house that I knew, and I opened up the front door, and I actually I had saw 2 dead snakes outside the front door. So those snakes that they tell you don't touch, that has the red, yellow, and black, and I think white color in it. They tell you that it's poisonous. I saw one of those snakes outside the door along with another snake, but they were dead. So at that point in time, I kind of shut the door, and I realized that that door had represented a closure to certain chapters that some people probably already have ended certain things. Some people are about to end it, and some people will be doing so very soon. So with all that being said, when I opened the front door and I shut the door, I realized that was the doorway represents a portal, and because that door was closed, but I opened it back up, I realized that the snake was kind of representing the people who had been kind of like in this person's life for some time. And those energies are basically, is what I got. Those energies are dead. And when I say dead, I don't mean like physically dead. I mean like that relationship is done. It's cut off. It's eliminated. It's the door is closed. That those people, that person cannot go with this person in the next chapter of their life. Meaning like that door is closed. So in other words, moving forward, they cannot go. So I saw that the snakes were representing like it's almost like those were hidden enemies of this person, that this person didn't even realize that they really didn't have their highest and best good. But I can't say in what shape or form, but those snakes have basically represent the enemy. Like these people, they were meant to try to keep this person off their path. They didn't have their highest and greatest good in mind. So again, that's hidden enemies. But I also noticed when I turned around after I shut the door, I noticed the individual walking like towards the kitchen, but I also noticed that there was like a snake on the back of their neck, not hanging on their neck, not around their neck, like how sometimes you see snakes sit up on people's, necks around here. But it was just more so of the snake just sitting like right here at the back of the neck, just sitting there. It was a small one, about this size or whatever. And I say all that to say, as he was walking towards the kitchen, I was like, he don't feel that snake sitting back there. So as he was walking towards the kitchen, I was looking to see what he was doing, and he pulled out a drawer, and there was a snake also in the drawer too. So, it was like as if the snake was hiding. So I say all that to say, even though that door has closed with those two snakes on the other side of the door, those were the most poisonous ones, should I say, the unhealthy ones. So for me, those two snakes, that one that was sitting on the back of his neck, as well as the one that was sitting in the drawer that was hidden, for me, that was basically representing is like going forward. I felt like Divine Spirit Light saying that you're going to have two more tests, even though that portal is closed with those other two. With those other, hold on, y'all, excuse me. Excuse me. Anyway, so even though those two snakes was inside the home and the two dead snakes was outside the home, those two snakes that was dead outside the home, that one of them was poisonous, the other one wasn't. But those two snakes or people representing the snakes could not go with this person again to the next chapter in their life. So with all that being said, the two snakes that were inside the home, these are probably going to be, most likely going to be two tests that you're going to probably find yourself dealing with moving forward. And I say all that to say, it's more so of in test. Okay, like, yes, you're on a new path now. You're right where you need to be. So it's almost like God's testing you in a sense, just to make sure that you don't go back to those same type of energies that was there. But I remind you, from what I'm getting, is these energies are not going to be just like the same type of energies that was outside the door. These energies, I feel like they may be a little bit more, maybe calm, a little different from the other energies that was outside the door. And the reason why I say that is these energies are going to come, bear with me, these energies of representing the two snakes inside the house are going to come in a different form, but it's more so to test you, to see, to make sure that it's almost like a testing. You're going to be tested not only one time, but you're going to be tested again, just to make sure that you kind of got the lesson, or you got the message, or you're not basically wavering back and forth. In other words, that you're standing on a solid foundation. So yes, there will be tests going forward, even though those, doors was closed on the other situations. So yes, so keep that in mind. And yes, sometimes these may be people that you don't know, and sometimes these may be people that you just may randomly meet, and God could be using them to test you, just to see, whatever test or whatever lesson it is that you're learning, because everybody's situation is going to be different. But anyway, let's move on from that. So also on Saturday, I also received a message of, this was so weird because, okay, it was as if I was walking down the street kind of, and don't take the situation, because your situation may be different. It could be somebody that you may just be talking to randomly. I'm just telling you how it came to me in a dream. Just maybe the scene may change a little bit with your situation, but just focus more so on the message. So I was walking down the street, and I was coming up on like seeing some people standing and listening to this person talking. Well, they look like, there was one person standing up on a box, like, like they would call like a soapbox or whatever, just to, like, how they would use to raise themselves up a little bit higher up to make a platform, how they would like back in the days or whatever, because that's kind of what I got. Like they were standing up on like a soapbox or whatever, and giving a message. So as I was walking past, I was just minding my business, and all of a sudden I heard him say something that just kind of stood out, and it made me turn, because I was walking this way straight ahead, and he was off to this side. He was giving a message. So as he was giving a message, I turned, because I felt like he was talking directly to me, even though there were other people around. And I basically heard him saying something about, you're going to be so happy with your next relationship. And he said so much other stuff that I couldn't catch it when I was in the dream form, but it was just like, you're just going to be so happy. I got the relationship part. I just didn't get everything else after that. And so in other words, he was sitting there and he was prophesying to me, because at first I thought he was just talking to those people, but he waited until I got there, and he kind of looked at me, and he was basically saying everything that he wanted to say, and I was just standing there like, oh my God, like he's telling my story. But anyway, so with all that being said, when he was done prophesying, it's like him and I had a conversation off to the side. And as we had a conversation off to the side, I was like, wow. I said, how did you learn to prophesy like that? And then he didn't answer my question, but then all of a sudden it's like it switched, because it started off as a he, but then it seemed like he went from a she, meaning like I really felt like it was a situation of, because sometimes our higher self can come through and give us a message. And it's something to be mindful of too. Or sometimes the ancestors, may come through and give messages, or, just passed on loved ones. Yeah. So, but anyway, when I was done talking, so after I was talking to the man, and I basically told him, wow, where'd you learn to prophesy like that? It seemed like all of a sudden it went from him to a lady, in a sense. Like he kind of faded out, but then there was a lady there. And then she was, she said, I can't remember exactly what, did she say something to me? I don't feel like, no, she didn't say anything to me. So after I told the guy, where'd you learn to prophesy like that? That's when the he went from a he into a she. And then I basically had told her, I had basically said, I said, I give prophetic messages on YouTube. And she basically, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I told her, I said, I give weekly prophetic messages on YouTube. And then she was just kind of looking at me like, oh yeah. And then after I said that, and then she kind of had a sense of like urgency, like she needed to go. So, but basically she had told me, what did she say after she left? She basically told me, good luck with my project. And then she left. She said, basically, well, good luck with your project. And she was just so calm. She was so cool and collected. She was like, almost like, yeah, hey, well, good luck with your project on YouTube. But anyway, with all that being said, some of you guys, I feel like, may receive a message from your higher self or your ancestors. And basically, that's them coming forth and giving you a message, I guess, of what it is that you're going to find yourself doing, or what it is that you may be doing, or what it is that you may be receiving from someone else. Meaning you may be either receiving prophetic messages from someone else, and their messages really resonate with your story, or some of you may find yourself prophesying, should I say. And hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so yeah, some of you guys may be receiving a message for someone, or you may find yourself, prophesying. So I can't say how it's gonna go, or which way, because I just kind of saw it both ways. But anyway, let's move right on to the next message. And this one, what else was it? Prophetic message, and this one. And I'm sorry. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that. Oops. Anyway, so what was this next? A part of the dream, and this one is. Oh, okay. This one's funny. Okay, so this message I received yesterday. So some of you guys are dealing with somebody who either you're separated from, or somebody who has hidden feelings for you, but they're not going to tell you. And with all that being said in so many words, the situation was really, really funny the way I saw it. So, some of you guys, excuse that noise in the background, y'all. There's like son's in there washing his hands. Anyway, so with all that being said, some of you guys are someone's gonna cross your path. You're gonna be in the presence of this person. It's like, and I'm gonna just make it short and sweet. You're gonna be in the presence of this person, and this person is gonna try so hard to hold back their feelings for you. Now, this is not applying to everyone, but this is applying to some. This person is going to try to hold back their feelings for you, and because they have a hard time with expressing their feelings and their emotions. I don't want to get into details. They just have a hard time doing that. Let me just say, they're going to have a hard time with trying to hold back their feelings and emotions, but I'm here to say that God, Source, Spirit is not going to allow that to happen, because they're going to try to hold back, and they're going to try so hard to hold back, but it's going to, and mark my words, they're basically going to fold in a sense. It's almost like, imagine somebody trying to stand very firm with their legs tight and stiff in place, and then all of a sudden God just hits the back of their knees or whatever, and then all of a sudden they bend. That's going to be a situation that happens. So they're going to really show you exactly how they feel, even though maybe all the way up until this time, until they do, all the way up until this time is it's basically a lie, in other words. So in other words, they have been masking their feelings. They have been masking how they really feel about you. But remember to not be judgmental about the situation. Just remember this situation has a lot to do with these individuals are working through some things, and that's a start. Okay, so just look at it from that perspective. So again, try not to be judgmental, but just know that everybody heals and express themselves in a different way, and yeah. And just know that everybody doesn't heal at the same pace. So whereas one person may have healed a long time ago, this person may be just opening up to their feelings and emotions. So, take it how it will. I can't tell you how to handle the situation, but I just letting you know, giving you the heads up. Okay? So keep that in mind too, because I feel like it's a situation you guys are going to cross paths. And as you cross paths, this individual is going to try to, again, hold back their feelings, and all of a sudden, it's like the pot is going to boil over. Anyway, so let's move on to the next message. And it was kind of funny how it came out, but I'm not going to say anything. But anyway, so this next thing, the message I received this morning was, okay, so bear me with this one. This dream was about, I had basically heard, okay, take the situation how it resonates. Just because it came to me in a dream doesn't mean that it's gonna happen exactly that way, but my dream is just kind of to set the scene for you guys, and you take how it fits or set the scene with your situation of how my dream kind of correlates with your dream, if that makes sense. In other words, alter the dream, alter the message, alter the message that I am trying to give you right now. In other words, if you feel like this message resonate, just alter it a little bit with your situation is what I'm trying to say. So this last, actually, I have one more message, but anyway, actually, let me just get straight to this message. So I saw some of you guys this was a separate situation. I saw some of you guys are going to find yourself being playful, with, take it how it resonates, because everybody's situation may be different. Being playful with someone that you're interested in. And I say all that to say, I just saw like a little bit of foreplay going on. And I didn't see any activity, but not that I was looking for any, but I'm just saying, I just saw like a little bit of foreplay going on, a little playfulness, and just being playful. Yeah. So anyway, it was almost like childlike type play. In other words, a little bit of maybe a little bit of squeeze of the buttocks here or whatever, just like that. But anyway, I don't want to get into details, so I just kind of saw that taking place. But the last message that I want to give you guys is, I heard Divine Spirit of Light basically saying that so many people have benefited off of some of you guys. And I'm not just going to say some of you guys, because I know this resonates definitely with my situation too, because sometimes we don't know who we are, or at some point we didn't know who we are, and some of us still don't know who we are, but some of us have learned who we are. But there's some of you who are starting to know who you are, and I say all that to say that sometimes other people can see the light on you before you even know like what's inside of you, or who you, or just how powerful you may be, but you don't even know it. So I say all that to say that sometimes spiritually people are gifted, and sometimes people don't use their gifts for the right reason. I'm not judging them, because that's something they got to take up with God. And there's karma behind every action that you take, especially when it goes against someone's will. But with all that being said, in this dream, it was as if I had called a maintenance man out to my house, and he was like supposed to have been fixing like a vending system or whatever the case, not fixing, but looking at it, I guess. And then he had told me, he said, I see what your problem is. Your problem is, he said, so many people have been benefiting off of you. And basically what he was saying was, because it was as if there was a house underneath my house. So not only was I heating or cooling off my house, I was also cooling off another house that was, underneath my house, is what I could see. Like just outside my front door, I saw like, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah, anyway, so it was as if there was another house underneath my house, is what I could see, just like outside my front door. There was like some space like here, and I could see down like below, like there was a house underneath the ground, even though there was like no window for like a basement or something, because I don't, for where I live at, there's no basement. But it just so happened that I looked outside of the door and I saw that there was another home underneath my home, and he was just basically saying that basically other people was benefited off of you, basically I guess using like your heating or your air conditioning system to cool their house also in the process. Well, don't take it as such. Like it's I don't think I don't feel like it has nothing to do with the AC or the heating system, so don't focus on that message. The message was basically the divine spirit of light saying that so many people has benefited off of you as an individual, like spiritually, like in other words, let's just say spiritually, because some, and I can say myself at one point I didn't know who I was spiritually, and because I didn't know who I because I didn't know who I was spiritually, it was like so many other people knew who I was, but I guess they was just like, does she know who she is? Do she know who she was? Do she know who she is? And it's almost like a testing, like, well, let me test her and see if she knows who she is. So in other words, some people have, and that's why it was so important to release some of these relationships, because there were so many people out here that could see who you were, but you didn't know who you were, and they were taking advantage of you spiritually. I'm not going to say everyone, but just some people just aren't meant to go to your next level. But some people were, some people are meant to, some people, sorry. That's why it was so important to close doors on old chapters and people who the divine spirit of light, your higher self, or, your guides were telling you, if you've been getting like a nudge and feeling like, oh, I should let that person go, that's don't ignore those. That's your intuitive side speaking to you. Like, they know what's best for you. Like, your soul is on a mission right now, and that's to clean out and clear out any and everything and every person that is not for your highest and greatest good. I'm here to tell you that. Because if you're not going to do it, divine spirit of light is going to basically going to put you in uncomfortable situations that it's going to get done either which way, whether you like it or not, period. Because I guess he feels like he's been giving so many people so many warning for so long, and then people kind of sliding underneath the, because the truth of the matter is, let me say it like this, sometimes a father knows what's best for the kids. And I'm not going to say what's always best. Let me say a healthy father knows what's best for the kids. God knows what's best for you. So he's not asking you to get rid of something if he's not going to give you something in place of whatever it is he's asking you to get rid of that is not for your highest good. So just imagine, if you have a broke toy and your dad wants to take it away, well, he wants to take it away because he wants to give you a brand new toy. He doesn't want you to keep playing with the old toy. The old toy is not going to benefit you. You're not going to be able to explore the old toy. You're not going to be able to ride it correctly. You're not going to be able to learn from it because you're going to be very limited to what you can do with the toy. But if you have a brand new toy, you can do all types of things with it. Depending on what type of toy it is, you can, now it doesn't have to ride on maybe 3 wheels. Now it's riding on 4 wheels, and it's able to ride smoothly. So just take that message and, just let it sit for a moment. Just remember that God doesn't want you to play with old toys. He wants to give you new ones in the process. So in order to give you new ones, that's part of the reason why he's asking you to let go. And I know sometimes it's hard for individuals to let people go, because sometimes people have, and this is no judgment, because sometimes people think or feel like these people validate them or make them feel like they're someone. And God wants you to get to a point like, no, you are someone with or without these people. And he wants you to understand that. And I'm coming from a place of no judgment. And the reason why I say that is because most of my life, I was pretty much a loner. And I say all that to say I had, a couple of people who I could call my friend here and there, but I'll say all that to say that, I didn't call everyone a friend. I just knew I had associates. Hey, bye. All right. So I took that friend word very lightly, and I don't claim everyone as a friend. So for me, it wasn't hard to release anyone. The thing I struggled with the most was having to release certain family members at one point. And then over time, I was able to do that because family, yeah. But with all that being said, so it wasn't so much about friends or people that, from my childhood, because I've always been that individual of kind of seeing if I saw that someone wasn't treating me with respect, or someone wasn't, making me feel a certain type of way, then you had to go, period. Because I guess I kind of felt like I can't have somebody allow me to feel a certain type of way about myself, in other words. So, you know, it was either me or them. And if it's me making a choice, you got to go. So with all that being said, and this is actually leading up to what I'm about to say, because I actually almost forgot about this dream. So I saw, and this is relating to all the other, kind of leading up to all the other information I just gave you. So this last dream that I also received this morning, hear me carefully. And I wish you would all love and light in doing it. And I'm hearing divine spirit of light telling me you're going to have the strength to do this. Why? Because there are forces and there are, I saw like, because it was as if I was giving a message to someone, but I knew I don't have any friends to even try to get rid of. So I knew that message wasn't for me. But this came in a form of, I felt like there was two energies that was beside me when I was giving someone a message. I felt like there was two people that was there. They was just there. And they was there to kind of like give me the strength that I needed. They wasn't physically there, but I knew that there was an energy there. So some of you guys are going to have a force of energy that is with you. And they're going to guide you as you go and have these certain conversations with people. Because I saw myself going over, it kind of felt like it was like a cafeteria like. So I don't know if these are pertaining to like to some co-workers that you guys are dealing with, because it was as if I walked into the cafeteria and I was walking with two other people. They were two other males, and the two other males had kind of went and sat down, and I guess they was waiting for me to come. But I went across the room to go talk to this female, and as I was talking to her, I felt the need to have a conversation with her, because I was basically having a conversation with her, and I told her, I was telling her, I was giving her some advice. Excuse me. I remember I was giving her some advice, but the advice I was giving her, I knew it was positive advice. And it was almost like I was kind of getting like this individual is kind of like a bully-like type person. And take it how it resonates. Everybody's situation is going to be different. But I kind of got like this person, again, was kind of like a bully-like type person. And this individual, as I was talking to her, I was saying so much stuff to her. I don't remember exactly everything I was telling her, but I knew I was telling her something that I knew I was being divinely guided to tell her. And she wasn't liking what I was saying. She didn't get upset. She didn't get aggressive. She didn't get angry, but she got a little, I can just tell I stirred something up in her spirit, should I say. Because in so many words, at some point, I just felt like I was just talking to myself, and I felt like my higher self in the dream was telling me, okay, in the conversation there, because she's not listening to you. So in other words, I decided that I basically told her, so basically, in so many words, I basically told her, thank you for listening to what it was that I had to say. So obviously, some of you guys are going to find yourself giving somebody some information that they don't necessarily want to hear, but it's okay. I'm here to tell you it is okay to release people. If you're being divinely guided to go and have a conversation with someone, have a conversation with someone. And by all means, end it on a note of love and light. And I say all that to say, wish them much love and wish them light on their journey. That way you're not coming from a place of making a person feel, well, it's not about, because it's not up to us to pacify people. We're no longer doing those energies anymore. It's not up to us to pacify people, but we should be mindful of the information we say. Thank you, Spirit. We should be mindful of the information that we share with people, so that it's almost like that you're not kind of hurt, harming, or injuring someone by your words, in a sense. You know how the Bible tells you to be careful what you speak, because words are powerful. Well, it's true, you know, because you never know. Again, I don't want to confuse you. Conversations will be had. You will be divinely guided to have these conversations. Do not worry. Your higher self is going to give you what you need to say to this person. And you cannot, it is not your job. If they take it a certain way, it is not your job to sit there and pacify them to make them feel a certain type of way. People are going to, people are going to have their own thoughts, feelings, and emotions, but it's not up to you to to what's the word? It is not up to you to have to hold someone's hand and basically ask them, are they okay? In other words, and I say all that to say because, thank you, Spirit. I say all that to say because the other individuals also have some work that they need to do as well too, but that's not your job, again, to it's basically not your job to again, to pacify them. It's a matter of just wishing them much love and wishing them much light. Just like I told her in the end, I said, thank you so much for listening to what it was I had to say. And it's almost like I just kind of walked away because I realized at this moment she wasn't receiving her perspective. She wasn't seeing my perspective. Not saying that I was right or wrong, but I knew for sure, because I was being divinely guided, I knew that the information I was giving her, it wasn't coming from a place of you know, hate or anything like that. Please, thank you. It wasn't coming from a place of hate or anything like that. It was just me just trying to end it on a positive note. As I closed the door in that chapter, that's how it felt in that dream. So remember, there were 3 situations here, guys, that, you know, pertaining to ending these type of relationships with these individual people. Y'all, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm going to do these cards real quick because I felt like I was being divinely guided to do it real quick. But those are the messages that I have. And again, I had a message for you guys on Friday and on Saturday. And that video never posted. So I'm redoing it over again. As I said before, it's the liberation. People about to be liberated. And if you found yourself in relationships with people before that you've been asked to let them go, you will let them go. Anyway, so all right, Divine Spirit Light, what message do you want the people to know? What message do you want the people who are watching my channel to know? That is for the highest and greatest good. Achieving clarity in my relationships. See? This ain't me saying this. This him saying this now. Today, I will remember that even the best relationships have low points. Does it not resonate? If the low points is the norm in my current relationship, I may have to consider if I want to continue it. If the low point is temporarily, I will practice understanding. I know that I will achieve clarity and make the right decisions. I gotta say, as those tarot card readers say sometimes, you can't make this shit up. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, so you hear it and you saw the card come out. Anyway, so I'm not gonna pull any more cards with that, but I will pull this guidance card real quick. So as we said, we talked about relationships, and we talked about relationships that wasn't serving us, and Divine Spirit Light has spoken twice. What message do you want the people to know who are watching my channel, Divine Spirit of Light? Any more messages? Oh, that's too many cards. Well, at the bottom of the deck, I want you to see it. You're never alone. So just because, again, somebody's leaving your life does not mean that you're going to be alone. You won't be. Again, God can't give you a new toy until you get rid of the old one. The old one don't work no more. It's time for a new one. Anyway, it says the first one said, love is your energy. Because remember, some of these people know who you are, and some of you are starting to understand who you are, but these people have been benefiting off of who you are because you don't know who you are. And it says, feel joy in all you do. So as you release people and let them go, feel the joy in it and just know that something better is coming. And live your bliss in the process while you're doing it. Living your bliss is about being content with yourself, even if you have to release somebody. So before that other person comes in, you may find yourself getting comfortable with your own energy first. And the reason why I say that is because if you don't know who you are and you find yourself going into another relationship and you don't want to keep repeating the same cycles, this time you want to know who you are when you go into another relationship. Understand what I'm saying? That way you know who you are. You're able to stand on a solid foundation in the process, because it's something about not knowing who you are. And I was once there, how can I say it? Because I'm living my bliss now. I didn't live it before, but I live it now even more because I can appreciate the little small things in life. I appreciate nature. I appreciate the animals, even the little squirrels. I be talking to the squirrels in the morning time when I be taking my doggy for a walk. My dog, I tell you, even my dog, let me say this. I just got to be honest. Like my dog, let me just say that there were times that it was almost like me and her would clash in a sense. Because I felt like at the time, I felt like she was always more connected to my spouse, should I say. But I realized that it was part my fault too, because he was always the one really taking care of her and I wasn't so much. So now that the two of us have been separated, in a sense, it's like I've learned to even grow a little closer, because God has actually shown myself in me and my dog in past lives, should I say. So I've just grown a little bit more closer to my dog and realized, what, oh my God, like this is what I've been missing out on, and even I believe in making wrongs right, y'all. So I even had to apologize to my dog. Okay, if I make a mistake or if I've done something wrong in my past, I apologize for things that I have done or whatever the case may be. That's just who I am. But in a sense, I even had to apologize to my doggy or whatever. But yeah, so I've learned to appreciate. We've got that mutual thing going on now. I'm just saying, we like the best of friends, Just saying. But anyway, it's all good. She went outside today and took her to some new territory, in a new territory area. Excuse me, y'all. Again, I'm from the South, so I be saying some words, jobbling them up. Anyway, so she was just so excited to be there. And I was just like looking at her, just like, go girl, she was just excited. Just excited. She was like her mama, excited. You know how they say dogs look like their owners? We was both just kind of excited. But anyway, I've learned to appreciate my dog a little bit more and look at things from a different perspective. That was something that I needed to work on, and I did. So thank God for that. But anyway, it says appreciate your talent. And at some point, some of you may already be starting to know what you're good at, and some of you will be starting to understand what you're good at. Mine wasn't overnight, so I'm sure yours probably wasn't overnight. But anyway, and it says letting go of ego. This is the second time this card came out, because actually when I was shuffling it, it was at the bottom of the deck. And by doing so, by you doing so, is what I'm getting is that by inspiring others, when people see you making the right choices in life and people see you releasing relationships and those people that you have to release, you know what that does? In return, is what I'm hearing is that they also may find themselves releasing people in their lives who may be who they may have feel like may have been, negative or whatever the situation, who they feel like is no longer serving them as well too. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to even say some of these people are even enemies, but some of these people may have been like just love interests who just maybe might had a crush on you or whatever the case may be, and is what I'm hearing. And And again, it was just about seeing what they can get more so than having a heart connection, if that makes sense. Because some of these relationships is just about, what can I get? What can you give me? It's about me, rather than it being a heartfelt relationship. So keep in mind, and most of you guys, as I said before, most of you guys, I'm sure, are empaths, and empaths usually are loving people. So therefore, people usually tend to take advantage of those try to take advantage of those type of people. So basically, by going through this whole spiritual journey, it's almost like God is arming you so that these people can no longer take advantage of you anymore. You're able to see who to stay away from. You're able to see people for what they really are, and you're able to see the truth. It's just so much more that you're able to see when you are on this spiritual journey than unlike before. And I'm only saying that because I've been there too, because I was a person who always kind of gave, or a person who was just like, who cared about people, but people didn't necessarily have my greatest interest at heart, because it was about what they could get, or what they wanted in the process. So sometimes when people know that they got a kind heart person, they tend to take advantage of that. So anyway, guys, with all that being said, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to take a quick nap. Anyway, with all that being said, I wish you all much love. I wish you all much light, and I hope these messages were helpful for you. And I wish you guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And as I've always said, make sure you get out in nature and enjoy the rest of this day. What time is it? 2:23. Yeah, make sure you get out in nature, enjoy the rest of this day. It's beautiful outside. We got out early this morning before the sun came out, pretty much, by the water. I'm tired. I just need to go take a nap so I can get up and finish doing what I need to do later on. I had to play maintenance man this morning, fix something in my house, like, trying to recaulk something. But anyway, with all that being said, enjoy the rest of your day. Until the next prophetic message, I'm wishing you all much love and light. And I say namaste. And in case you guys don't know what namaste means I see the light in me sees the light in you. And with all that, peace and blessings. Bye.